Hello, so nice to meet you at this motivational meeting, reading quotes from world scriptures. We're reading the book from the beginning. Please find all videos at our Message to Billions channel. Nowadays, we are reading the chapters about how to avoid mistakes and difficulties. Today's chapter is about God's grief. If God is our divine parent and we human beings are his children, then surely God must feel great sadness of heart over his children's bondage, degradation, and rebellion. Thus, religion traditions that revere a personal, compassionate God recognize God to have an aspect of sorrow. In Christianity, Jesus' passion has regularly represented the suffering of God, as the Father is one with his Son. Although the biblical witness to God's grief is sometimes explicited by Aristotelian conception that perfection requires that God be impassible. Contemporary theologians affirm that the Creator also suffers. In Buddhism, the compassion of Shakyamuni and the commiseration of the Bodhisattva for human suffering stem from the heart of the cosmic Buddha, who is the father of all humanity. For Father Moon, to know God means to experience God's painful and grieving hearts broken at the fall, sorrowful that his children continue to live in darkness, tortured by the power and agonize of evil that holds his children in hell, and agonize at the throne path that his saints must walk as they strive to fulfill the providence that attain liberation. By attaining such knowledge, we can become compassionate ourselves and persevering in the struggle to liberate humanity. God's grief over the human fall and humankind's sinful condition. The Lord saw that the wicked man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. And it came to pass that the God of heaven looked upon the residue of his people, and he wept. And bore record of it, saying how it is that the heavens wept and shed forth their tears is the rain upon the mountains. And said unto the Lord, how it is that you can sweep, seeing you are holy, and from all eternity to all eternity. The Lord say unto Enoch, behold, these your brethren, they are the workmanship of my own hand, and I have to them their knowledge and commandment that they should love one another, and that they should choose me their father, but behold, they are without affection, and they hate their own blood, and the fire of my indignation is kindled against them, and in my hot displeasure will I send in the floods upon them. Misery shall be their doom, and the whole heaven shall weep over them, even all the workmanship of my hands. Therefore, shouldn't not the heaven weep, seeing this shall suffer? Abu Dhar reported God the messenger as saying, I see what you do not see, and I hear that you do not hear. Heaven had gathered, and it has a right to grow. Whatever kind of regret I took in God might have borne until now, I have overlooked it and keep still patiently. Never think of this regret as slight. It is the result of the regret that has accumulated and built up. All people of the whole world are my children, although I single-heartedly love them, unaware of this. Each and every one of them equally is thinking only of dust. Think of the regret of God over these dusty minds. It is the beyond expression of my words. A book, mother, or Deng leave you home in the sky and came to work in our homes, make our country to become clean like the original home of Deng. Came make our country as one the country of Akho. It is not as long either by night or by day. The child called Deng, his face has become sad. The children of Akho have their grief mind. Further, let's read the quotes from the second coming Messiah, Father Sun Myung Moon. God's heart was torn up, assaulted, and broken with the indescribable grief and tears at the moment Adam and Eve fell. Love is endless. Had God not established the principle of love, he would be alone, dwelling by himself. He would be unable to experience joy, anger, sorrow, or happiness. Although God's love is absolute, once God lost his partners of love, he unexpectedly found himself in an absolutely miserable and grim situation, such as no one in history has ever experienced. No one can comfort this ever. If Adam and Eve had not fallen, God, their creator, would have been the eternal Lord. But due to the fall, Satan became the Lord. The fall made this outcome unavoidable. Suppose a grief of noble daughter raised within the wall of her house is rated by the gangster. To whom does she belong? She belonged to him. The same principle applies. Adam was to have been the king of heaven and Eve his queen. To restore these original positions requires following the principle of creation. From the beginning of creation, God laid down the law of eternal love to be fulfilled by Adam and Eve, so it has to be observed. Were God to disregard this law, it would be tantamount to destroy the law of heaven. God set up this heavenly law. If he were to negate it, that would be tantamount to negating humankind and to negating himself as the absolute creator. That is why God has no alternative but to bring order through a course of recreation. Who has known its long and painful history? How grieved was God that his enemy deprived him of his throne. Unable to become the glorious God, he became the long-suffering and sorrowful God. Although he is rightfully the king of his kingdom and the king of the universe, God has been mistreated as if he were dead. His enemy robbed him of his ideal and violated his beloved children. The planet Earth had fully become his enemy's plaything. Why is God's heart full of grief? It is because of Satan. It is because human beings planted Satan's blood and flesh through partaking of his false love. It is because they sowed the devil seed, which he propagated as devil's families. God wishes to rejoice, singing, "May my families live with true love for 10,000 years under heaven's dominion." However, with the appearance of the devil's families multiplying through the world, God's dreams were shattered. Can you imagine how much it breaks God's heart to observe human misery every hour of every day? What happened to God's dignity when his son and daughter, who he intended to glory as prince and princess, became crippled, fell into the pit filled with the dung, and were stuck upside down in hell? What became of the dignity of the omniscient, omnipotent God, of the absolute God? Can he show his face? As long as human beings live in despair, God also lived in despair. As long as Satan shaking humanity being on earth, the world of darkness under dominion will remain also in the spirit world. So powerful quotes for today. Please watch one more time these videos if you'll have difficulties today, and share this as we end this billion Happy Life subscribers marathon. Comment the video and contact me for consultation and cooperation, and to become member of Heavenly Parent Holy Community globally. Wish you a great blessed day. All the best. Bye bye.